Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's broadcast here on Thursday, January 27th. We got a classic crosstown rivalry matchup between the West Fargo Packers and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. And, joining me once again alongside with me is Dan Wolf. Tonight, this is the first home game for the Mustangs in 3 weeks to the day.
Yeah, it really feels like it, Jackson, because of the broadcast schedule partially and because of the goofy weather we've had this winter and those sorts of things. There haven't been a lot of home games for the Mustangs to this point, and that's going to change here in the next few weeks, of course. But, we have not seen a lot of the Mustang girls basketball team this year. An early season matchup against Mandan. Some games over the Christmas break, but we haven't seen them here at home since they played Fargo North and dispatched the Spartans pretty easily a couple weeks ago.
And yeah, this is also my first time being on the mic with you in nearly a month. The last time was against Shanley on December 30th, so it's good to be back with you. Speaking of that long home game drought, the Mustangs are currently on a 6-game winning streak, and they've won 5 straight on the road during that 5-game road stretch.
It's really been impressive. We talked at that Shanley game kind of because of that Christmas break, maybe kind of hangover from the holidays and not being able to get as many practices in as they would like and those sorts of things. And they came out flat and really put on a really good run in the second half, but ultimately fell a few points short against Shanley. And since then, they've been a different team. We mentioned the game against North that they've won, but they have also gone to Devil's Lake and beat Devil's Lake. They've beaten Shanley again. They've beaten Red River in a great matchup for them. So Sheyenne is as hot as they've been all season and looking really good.
And they stand at 9-3 overall in the season. They're in third place in the EDC standings, right behind the Packers, who are in second, and they're 10-2, but they've lost 2 of their last 4 after that 8-0 start.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Packers, they lost Chloe Fowle, one of their starters and best players, and that's really unfortunate. Anytime that happens to a high school player, the seasons are so short, and that's been unfortunate. And they've also been without Taylor Van Winkle, who's a key player for them as well. So West Fargo's trying to weather this storm and hopefully kind of right the ship as they face the Crosstown rivals here at Sheyenne tonight.
We ask you to cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent.
We're going to send it down now to the national anthem shortly.
Packers are committed to fair play. They invite you to support their efforts. Together, let's all help create an environment for high school competition we can be proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for football and here and remain in attention as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
So we are back, just about to meet the starting lineups. And Dan, what do you think is going to stand out tonight between the Packers and the Mustangs here?
Well, the obvious choice for the Packers is their Division I commit, Riley Simon. She's averaging over 30 points a game since that injury to Chloe Fow, and is doing everything she can to pick up the slack that's out there for the Packers. And we know that they've hit this kind of rough stretch right now. For Sheyenne, to me, I think it still kind of starts and stops with Peyton Breidenbach. Sheyenne has struggled at times handling presses, and I think that was the case the first time that they played the Packers. So I think ball control and taking care of the ball was going to be very important for Sheyenne tonight. So I think Breidenbach's going to play a crucial role, and I think it's also going to come down to, can we get Maya Metcalf going quickly and establish some presence early on in the game. That'll be important for Sheyenne as well.
I think it's going to be a big matchup down low between Metcalf and Simon. Riley Simon currently leads the EDC in scoring and rebounding, averaging 23 points a game on the dot and 12.6 rebounds a game. And then you got Maya Metcalf averaging 16.2 points a game and 8.2 rebounds a game. So they get a lot of most of their points from those rebounds.
That's a lot of production from both of those players. So yeah, that's going to be, I think, the keys for tonight. Ultimately, it's a game in January. We all know probably the value that both teams are going to place on this game, especially with them as close in the standings as they are. But neither team is going to make or win the state tournament tonight. So try and keep things in perspective, I think, will be important for both teams. And just kind of play this game like any other. You just need to go out and take care of business.
And here we go. The tip-off is thrown up, and the Packers will start with the ball. Here's Simon on the top, guarded by Sanders. Over to Peterson. She goes to her left. She's got a strong left hand, so you got to take away that left. Here's Walsvik in the corner, back out to the top of the key. High post to Simon. Takes a jumper, won't go. It's a foul.
I think they're going to get Metcalf on that, really because of the air ball. I think just going after the ball and unfortunately makes contact with Clayman, and Clayman's going to go to the line on that one.
She connects on the first. Second one won't go. Long rebound. Peterson comes up with it. Poked out of bounds by Breidenbach on the baseline.
I think that's one thing you see from Riley Peterson night in and night out is that intensity, that go, that engine never stops, and she's all over the place. And, I think for Sheyenne, you're definitely going to have to make sure that you're taking care of boxing out and taking care of that ball again. As Riley Simon, they're going to look to kind of double team.
Nice pass.
Find to Clayman there. It doesn't go. Wow.
Breidenbach's going to push it up the left side now. She's going to fire a three. That's just to the right. Packers will get the ball back now. Peterson guarded by Breidenbach. She's going to try to go to her left once again. Hands it off. Left wing now. Mustang sagging off. Here's a three from the left wing. Won't go. That's short. Rebounded by Manson. And she's going to push the tempo now. Breidenbach. Over to Johnson. Metcalf, top of the key. Over to Manson, right wing. Mustangs doing a good job of moving the ball. Here's a baseline drive by Sanders, and she'll get it going for the Mustangs.
Good move, good strong take along the baseline there. No defensive rotation for the Packers, and an easy look for Sanders as she cashes in, and the Mustangs take that 2-1 lead.
Here's Peterson, goes up with her left hand, hard off the glass, gets her own rebound, goes up once again. That won't go. Rebounded by Brooke Johnson. Breidenbach with it once again. She's going to set something up now. Johnson over to Manson in the corner. Back out to Johnson, top of the key. Metcalf dribbles to her left, pulls up from 15 feet. That's long. Rebounded by Peterson.
I think so far we're seeing both teams trying to be patient on the offensive end and look for their go-to players. Here's Riley Simon. We've seen takes by Carson Sanders and by Metcalf so far. So I think both teams just trying to remain patient in the early going.
Here's Breitenbach, goes up with her left hand, won't go. Metcalf gets the rebound, that won't go either. Walsvik gets the rebound for the Packers. Clayman's going to flash up, gets a screen for Simon. Simon goes back to her right, spins back to her left, pulls up, won't go. Sanders with the rebound. Mustangs doing a good job so far of containing Simon. Here's Johnson, goes to her right, back out to Manson. Over to Metcalf, swung over to Breitenbach. Breitenbach's going to attack, goes up with the right hand, draws the foul. That's going to be on Briley Peterson.
Good look. It looked like Breitenbach just kind of tentatively going into the lane there, and suddenly it opened up, and she hit the gas and got to the basket. Wasn't able to convert, but does draw the foul.
Breitenbach drains the first. Brenna Dix coming in for Olivia Manson.
And Jocelyn Jackson comes in for the Packers.
Long on the second free throw, rebounded by Peterson. Crosses over to her right, goes up with her left hand, that won't go. Great move, just couldn't connect on the layup. 3-1 here in the first 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Simon over to Walsvik. Clayman inside to Simon. Goes up with the right hand, won't go. Rebounded by Metcalf. Simon with a cold start so far. Metcalf fires a three. That's short. Rebounded by Jackson. Peterson over to Walsvik. Cross-court pass to Jackson. Won't go. Great offensive rebound. Metcalf comes up with it out to Breitenbach. A little stumble there. Here's a great move. It's Carson Sanders Brenna Dick on the drive.
Yeah, Walsvik just couldn't establish position there, was moving and ends up taking the foul on that as West Fargo or is that Sheyenne? One of the teams.
West Fargo.
West Fargo calls for a timeout.
30-second Sheyenne timeout.
So far, it's a short timeout here. So far, Riley Simon, she's 0 for 3, 0 for 4, somewhere around there. The Mustangs have contained her down low really well. It seems like they're collapsing on her when she gets it on the block.
They're collapsing and making that move difficult for her to get to. She's very good at facing up, giving a little pump fake, and then creating an angle for herself. And Cheyenne's done a nice job of defending that. I think maybe most importantly for Sheyenne is they're limiting her to one attempt. And she hasn't made anything yet, but Cheyenne's gotten all of those defensive rebounds. And when you have someone that's as talented and as big as Mariley Simon is, you're going to have to try and control the boards and not let her get her own rebound and stick back easy baskets.
Great lob inside to Metcalf, just long on the 5-footer. Clayman up to Jackson. Back out to Peterson. Swung over to Walsvik. Hands off to Peterson. Setting something up now. Brendan Dick tries to go for the steal. Here's Simon high post. Inside to Walsvik. Just a little hard off the glass. Gets her own rebound. Jackson pump fakes. A little floater. Connects. 3 apiece. Nothing wrong with that shot, Dan. Nice floater from 8 feet out.
Oh, no call on that one. Riley Peterson helps Brenda Dick up. Good sportsmanship there.
Metcalf connects from the corner.
She finally finds the range.
It's going to be a long 2.
It looks like Sheyenne may be mixing things up a little bit each time down the floor as to what they want to do. Open look there for Clayman. It doesn't fall. Oh, good find. What a great pass.
Metcalf.
Great pass threading the needle there. Good dime, and Metcalf finishes and goes to the line for 1.
So that's Metcalf's second field goal of the game now.
They get Seymour on the foul with that one.
That's just long. It's going to be a scramble for the ball, but it's going to be last touched by the Mustangs, and the Packers will get the ball back. Here's Peterson, dribbles to the left side, gets a look in the corner. That was Clayman who shot that.
Clayman shot it, and I think they're to say Riley Peterson knocked it out of bounds there. Still no real press or pressure provided by the Packers yet, so Cheyenne's had no trouble bringing the ball up and getting into its offensive set.
Jasmine Williams into the game for the Packers. She was pressuring Breitenbach there.
Seymour in for Williams. Nope. Coach Benson changes his mind. Says nope. Jackson, you are out. Williams stay in.
She just got in, so I was wondering why. Good 30 seconds, I was about to say, but here's some screen action in the high post. Brenna Dick gets a look. Just long. Fight for the ball. Metcalf comes up with it. That won't go. Simon will complete the defensive possession for the Packers. Clayman pushing it up to Williams. Simon tosses it to Peterson. Double screen action here. Picked off by Metcalf. Great anticipation. Brenna Dick goes up with her left hand. Gets it to go. Nice touch off the glass. 9-3 now. A 6-0 run by the Mustangs. They've held the Packers to just 3 points in the first 6 minutes. Great move, up and under, won't go. Brenna Dick gets the rebound. Here's Johnson, she tries to go baseline, pulls it back out. Looking for Brenna Dick on the block, knocked out of bounds. Manson back into the game. Walsvik back into the game for the Packers. Sanders coming in for Metcalf. Peterson knocks it out.
I think if you were to ask Coach Wingenbach, this is about the best start that you could hope for. They've been able to contain Mariah Simon to this point. A good 6-point lead. And you don't have to play perfect basketball, but you just need to take care of the ball, limit your turnovers, and if you can contain Mariah Simon as much as possible, you're going to give yourself a chance. As we see a drive by Jackson, she tries to get it to Riley Peterson. There's a tie-up that's going to give the ball on the possession to Cheyenne.
Red River did the same thing against the Packers. In that loss, it was a 64-41 victory for the Rough Riders. Holding to the top scoring offense in the EDC. That's to 41 points. That's pretty good.
That is. Manson, their first 3 of the night, off the side rim to the right as Peterson pushes the tempo for the Packers.
Walsvik pump fakes, gets Sanders in the air. Great move. Just hard off the glass. Packers getting good looks, but just cannot connect on their layups, and that's thrown away. It's going to stay with the Mustangs. Simon coming back in. Peterson's going to take a break.
I like the up-tempo look by Cheyenne. They're looking to get out and run when they have that opportunity. And even if you're not going to score every time down, that puts that in the back of the mind of the defense that they need to recover and get back. And that's going to wear them down as time goes on, is what you're hoping for as a team. Good ball movement by the Mustangs.
Here's Husted.
Husted has a good look, unable to connect.
Just long on the floater. Simon's going to get a screen from Walsvik. A 3 from the corner. That's just long. That was shot by Clayman. Another 3 from the corner. This time from the left side. That's long.
Manson attempted to throw it off the Packer, threw it right between their legs.
Here's Sanders inside. Great pump fake by Maddie Husted. Back out to Manson. She fires. Just left. Barely nipped the rim. Metcalf back in.
Also in number 12,
Lauren Fagerlin getting into the game for the first time tonight. Here's Simon on the right wing, guarded by Sanders. Back out to Walsvik. Here's Clayman. Walsvik jabs. She's going to travel, took an extra step there.
Sheyenne doing an excellent job of knowing where Mariah Simon is at all time and having that defensive rotation ready. It's really, I think, causing the Packers some problems that they're unable to find her the way that they would like to, because that she's the engine that makes the offense go for them. As Metcalf's going to put up a three, comes up short.
Here's Haas. She fires from the top of the key. That's wide right and just a bit long.
Neither team exactly lighting the scoreboard on fire tonight, but
combined 12 points in the first 9 minutes of the game. Here's Simon now. Packers trying to get her going. Baseline jumper won't go. Rebounded by Manson. Metcalf in the corner, rips baseline. Puts up a floater too strong. Packers get the ball back. Left side here, cross-court pass thrown away.
You know, you had Carson Sanders and Metcalf both double teaming Simon there, and there was that cross-court pass was available, but just airmailed into the student section. Looks like Coach Wingenbach going to the bench, you know, pretty steadily, trying to keep his players fresh out there, and I think it's having the desired effect for him. As Fagerlin's going to take a look up top.
It's a screen from Metcalf. Here's
dribble
Dick.
weave action.
Inside. Sanders spins back to her right. Great move.
Great move. Got Walsvik to take her on the high side, and then that drop step with the easy look. 11-3, 8-point lead for the Mustangs. We're winding down on 8 minutes to go in the first half of tonight's game.
Here's Simon over to Walsvik. The Packer offense, probably their worst offensive start of the year. If you're the Mustangs, you got to be happy.
You do, and you know, for the Packers, the other players, if you're not getting Simon the ball, someone has to shoot. You know, there's a shot clock. You've got to get shots up somewhere, and they've been cold to this point, but all you can do as an offense is keep putting up shots. That's the name of the game here.
Absolutely. Got to keep shooting even when you're cold.
Yep.
Great. Jessica Walsvik. That was a tough jumper, but she gets it to go. See if that can get the Packers offense going. 11-5 now with 7:24 to play. Sanders fires a three. Won't go. Here's Briley Peterson now. Over to Clayman. Picked off by Brenna Dick. Peterson chases her down and fouls her hard. Helps her up. Great sportsmanship.
I do know that the two of them played together on a team once upon a time, so I think, you know, there's a little added incentive playing against each other, but also great sportsmanship there by Briley Peterson, the hard foul, and Brenna Dick was smiling the whole time and helping her up. Great to see that even though they're facing off against each other, still good sportsmanship and still good friends. West Fargo's going to take a timeout here, so we will do the same. We'll come back and see you on the other side of the break.
We are back from that short break. Brenna Dick drained the first free throw.
Hey fans, we want to remind you that this broadcast is proudly sponsored by Apex Engineering Group, professional consultants serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota communities and public agencies, designing solutions to your infrastructure needs. If you set the bar at competence, how do you reach excellence? Find out at Apex Engineering Group, apexenggroup.com.
Here's Simon over to Peterson. Hard drive to her left side, won't go.
She is quick. When she gets downhill, she gets there in a hurry.
Well, we saw that, burst of speed when she chased down and fouled Brenna Dick after she picked off that steal, or picked off the pass and got a steal there. Here's Peterson.
Great rebound by Sanders there. Walsvik blocks it.
Williams inside to Simon.
That's really been the best look she's had, and she was still surrounded by 3 Mustangs. So, they're playing the defense they want, that's for sure. But great strong move by Mariley Simon. And you're not going to keep her scoreless through the game. She's going to get her points. But, what you're trying to do if you're Cheyenne is say, hey, let's not let her beat us. Let's make another player from West Fargo do the damage. And if they do, hats off to them. That's just how it is.
If you hold her under 10, that's pretty good. I mean, she's averaging 23 a game.
That's just it. If you can hold her at 10, 12 points as Williams throws that away, trying to find Walsvik on the break. I think if you ask Coach Wingenbach before the game, hey, Riley Simon only scores 10 or 12 against you tonight, he would take that any time. Now we're going to see some Packer press, and we'll see how Cheyenne handles that.
Peterson almost picked it off. Here's Manson. Back over to Dick. Cross-court pass, dangerous pass, but didn't get picked off. Here's Metcalf in the corner. Jabs to her left, goes to her right. Johnson, baseline jumper, just strong. Walsvik got the rebound, and Peterson almost stumbled out of bounds. Here's Williams in the corner. She gets it to go.
Foot was on the line, unfortunately, but great look, great find by Peterson, and then Williams knocks it down. And then Williams is going to pick up the foul here, being aggressive on the defense, coming up the floor.
I kind of like that, though. I mean, she's a pesky on-ball defender.
She absolutely is. That's the 5th team foul for the Packers here. Only 1 foul for the Mustangs so far. That maybe bear watching as the rest of the half plays out.
Here's Johnson at the top of the key. Back over to Breitenbach. Knocked away by Williams, but Breitenbach recovers. Kicks it out to Johnson. She fires just off. And the Packers coming back now. 12-9 is the score. The Mustangs still out in front, though. Walsvik jabs. Goes to her left. There's Clayman in the corner. Over to Williams. That was Jackson, number 5. That shot won't go.
Good presence there by Metcalf, knowing she was going down to throw that pass. Good drive by
Breitenbach with the quick first step and the finish.
Taking it right at Mariley Simon.
She's pretty quick herself.
She is.
And as you've been saying all year, Dan, she's that, main point guard for the Mustangs and kind of facilitator.
Yeah, she is the one she's the straw that stirs the drink for them, that's for sure. They want the ball in her hands as much as possible.
Here's Manson, baseline floater, just short. Rebounded by Walsvik.
Packers have a chance to draw within 1 or pull even on a made 3.
Here's Jocelyn Jackson, guarded by Manson. Gets a screen from Simon, goes through left. Great defense by Manson. Simon fires. That's long. Rebounded by Jackson. She'll go up with her right hand. Won't go. Great rebound by Brenna Dick. And Manson's going to push it up to Breitenbach. Breitenbach thought about pulling up and shooting it. Manson will not hesitate and knocks it down from way beyond the three-point arc. 17-11 now. That was a huge hit from Olivia Manson.
It really was.
She's their top three-point sniper. Jumper by Simon won't go.
And I don't think that's maybe the shots, not that she can't knock those down, but maybe not the shots you want as Brenna Dick hits the floater. And Coach Benson takes another timeout. Mustangs leading the Packers 19-11, 3:02 to go.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
So we are back here. Mustangs lead 19-11 with 3:02 to go. And, as we were talking about during the break, Dan, you said it. This Packer team is a lot different without Chloe Fowen there.
They really are, and they're going to rely on Mariley Simon, but every team's going to try and design something to take Simon away as much as possible. And that puts, whether it's real or not, is if the Mustang or the Packer girls feel like that's pressure on them, then it is pressure on them. And I think that's probably something Coach Benson's going to have to work on with them and say, this can't be a one-person team. We're just going to have everyone contribute a little bit as the Mustangs continue to control the defensive glass.
Here's Brenna Dick. Throws up another floater, gets it to go. She's hit 2 of those in a row now. Here's Simon.
This next 2:30 is kind of a dangerous stretch here for the Packers. You do not want to walk into halftime being down by 16 or something like that. As Jackson, a good take and the second foul of the half for the Mustangs. But down 10 with 2:20 here, you want to make sure that you're keeping this within reach. You want to go in at maybe down 8, down 6, something like that. That's a much more manageable thought than being down 14 or 16.
Jackson gets the first free throw to go. Can't get the second one, rattles out. Here's Kaylin Haas up to Brenna Dick. She'll drive, kicks it out to the corner. Here's a 3, it's good!
Mustangs are starting to heat up, and that's, again, as I said, it's going to be a pretty crucial 2-minute stretch here for the Packers. As they throw that one away, Haas comes up with it.
Great defensive pressure, Haas. One's kind of thrown away. Williams, using that speed, comes up with it out of nowhere. Hard off the glass. Killer miss there. Packers needed that one to go, but unfortunately just too hard off the glass from Jasmine Williams. Here's Dick. Tried to look for Johnson on the cut there. Just
Johnson curled around to the basket. Brenna Dick thought she was going to continue on through, maybe towards the corner, and threw it out in that direction. And Johnson already kind of stopped her momentum and couldn't restart and get caught up to the ball in time.
So here's Jackson over to Peterson, or excuse me, Clayman. Simon connects on the mid-range jumper. Here's Haas, pressured by Williams. Over to Houston, inside to Metcalf. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Off the glass, a bank for 2. 26-14 now, 53 seconds to go here. We're inside a minute. Great. It was deflected at the top of the key, but
some inadvertent contact there. Brendan Dick thought she had it, was already planning her move down there and ended up getting tripped up by a Packers. Great block by Metcalf as Simon's looking to go to the basket. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for the Packers. 33.3 left in the half.
I think they're going to do that high post lob to Simon. See if they can get a 15-foot jump shot, or maybe she'll pump fake and then go up, one dribble pull up inside of 8 feet, as they do. Yep. Drains the pull up. See, that's the look that you needed. I called it.
Yep, you did.
That's the look they were looking for, and Simon connects. That's her 3rd make of the night. She's got 6. Great defense by Williams. Pressures Breitenbach. A scramble for the ball on the floor. Williams fights for the ball. That's going to be a jump ball. Great hustle by Jasmine Williams.
Mustangs retain possession, 12 seconds. Shot clock is off here, so Cheyenne's going to try and work something for a last shot.
Number 33, Uche Eki.
Some situational substitution here for Coach Benson.
Here's Breidenbach. She's going to go to her left side. Gets cut off. Metcalf pulls up. Just short. 1 second left, and they're going to Wallspace going to chop a half corner. Won't go. Almost went in just long. It's a 26-16 lead for the Mustangs. You know, what stood out in that first half was obviously containing Simon and, you know, holding the number one scoring offense to 16 points.
Yeah, what really impressed me, two things for the Mustangs. One, I don't think I saw a single possession that they were out of position on what they wanted to do with Simon. They always have someone coming to give help, and they always knew where she was. And so a credit to Coach Wingenbach to having his players coached up on how they wanted to double team her as much as they could. And then I think controlling the defensive glass was huge for the Mustangs there. Very few second shot opportunities for the Packers, which is something that they thrive on. Holding Mariley Simon to 6, I think about as good as you could ask for the Mustangs. For the Packers, we know someone's got to start making some hoops other than Mariley Simon. And, you know, I think if you're Coach Benson, you say it doesn't have to be one person. You know, we just have everybody makes a couple of shots, and that's all we need to do. At 10 points down, you're certainly not out of it in an 18-minute half. And I think you come out, you try and get some pressure, maybe try and turn the Mustangs over and make some things happen.
So we're going to get some halftime entertainment here.
He's corny with that new anonymous.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else. In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
So we are back here. The second half is about to get underway in just a little over 3 minutes. For those just tuning in, the Mustangs are up 26-16, and holding that powerhouse Packer offense to 16 points, as we were talking about, Dan, numerous times. It's pretty impressive to see.
It really is. Anytime you hold a team to 16 points and a team that is as high scoring as West Fargo is and has such dangerous weapons as players like Mariah Simon, that's really a credit to Coach Wingenbach and the game plan that he's put in tonight. I'm marveling at how well they've executed and how well they've accounted for Mariah Simon. I can't think of a single possession in that first half that they weren't able to have someone in a help position at every opportunity. Inevitably, people get lost and aren't able to, be able to do things or execute, and that didn't happen a single time.
And now we're going to bring you some halftime highlights brought to you by Touchmark. From active retirement living to uniquely rewarding assisted living, memory care, and more, the full life awaits at Touchmark. So continuing on, keeping Simon is huge off of the boards as well. She's averaging 12.8 rebounds a game. That's huge.
Yeah.
And she was held to 6 in the first half. And we saw a lot of good baseline and, drives from the top of the key from the Mustangs in that first half. A lot of the guards getting to the hole.
Guards getting downhill and getting towards the basket. A lot of made floaters on that. And that's going to draw that defense out further away from the basket every time. Both teams went through a fairly cold stretch of shooting there in the first half, but Cheyenne really started to heat up as the game went on. And they're scoring by committee. Certainly Maya Metcalf is getting her points. Breidenbach, and that's what it takes. If you don't have that person that's scoring 25 a game, you need to do this by committee.
Well, and without foul in tonight's game, it kind of, it limits the Packers some. She's out with an ACL injury, so we'll see how their season progresses without foul.
It'll make a difference getting Van Winkle back next week, hopefully for them. But after that, it's still, they're not the same team without Chloe Fowl. And but as a team, you just got to have that next man up mentality, and you can't sit and complain about it. You just got to do what you can to turn, to right the ship.
And especially, we saw the Packers, they've lost 2 of their last 4 after starting out 8-0, while this Mustang team, they're hot right now. 6 straight wins, and 5 of those were on the road. This is their first home game in 3 weeks, so it's always good to get out in front of your crosstown rival at home.
Yeah, and it is. I've asked Coach Kirchhoffner several times who's the schedule maker that it always seems to end up that the boys and girls end up with West Fargo and Davies kind of on that back-to-back situation, and that's what's going to happen again. The Mustang girls are going to face Davies here next Tuesday night, so these are 2 really big games for the Mustang program, and through one half, they've executed as well as they can.
Here's a three from the right wing. That won't go. Manson comes up with it. That was shot by Clayman. Here's Metcalf. Back out to Manson. Here's Sanders, top of the key, over to Breitenbach, guarded by Peterson. A lob to Metcalf. Gets a screen from Sanders. Metcalf thrown away. Sanders couldn't catch it. It's going to be back to the Packers. Sloppy turnover there. Here's Simon. Tries an up and under move. Gets it to go. Tough shot.
She does not need much room to get that shot away. Guarded by two Mustang defenders there. And she gave that little head fake, and that gave her just enough room to get that shot off, and nothing but net.
It was very contested. She's got 8 of their 18 points. Breitenbach, cross-court pass to Metcalf. Over to Johnson. She fires from the top of the key. It's going to be an air ball just short.
In the game for West Fargo, number 5,
Jocelyn Jackson.
Jackson's in for Clayman.
Here's Peterson now. Setting something up now. You know, she's not much of an outside shooter. She's going to look to attack or facilitate the offense. Here's Jocelyn Jackson. Tries to make a move on Manson. Back over to Peterson. High post. Here's a three from the corner. Just short. Great rebound.
She seems to be all over the place, Briley Peterson.
Yeah.
You mentioned she's maybe not a great shooter, but she seems to be around the basket. She just has a nose for the ball.
You know, if she improves that outside shot in the future, she's going to be absolutely lethal.
Yeah.
She can go both ways because they know that she can burn them to the hole, so they're going to lay off of her. So if she can develop that outside shot, she's going to be even more tough to guard.
Absolutely. She'll be a very dangerous player offensively for the Packers.
Here's Peterson. She's going to go to her left. Tries to throw a pass on the baseline.
in the game for Sheyenne, number 25, Brendan Dick.
I think for West Fargo, you don't want to see a lot of this standing around. I think that ball needs to move a little more to get some people going. And if you can make that Mustang defense react, that might give Mariley Simon the opening that she needs. But when it's the ball, just kind of in one spot for long periods of time, that leads to a lot of standing around. I think that's maybe the first time I've seen Mariley Simon be guarded by only one player in the post.
She's got half of their points now, to be exact. 10 of their 20 points. 26-20 now. We'll see if the Packers can get some momentum. It is a game of runs. Mustangs trying to avoid the Packers getting that momentum. Great pass to Breitenbach.
Great backdoor cut by Breitenbach.
Great backdoor cut by Breitenbach with the finish, and Sanders, good job of her to being able to find Breitenbach on that cut.
For young players watching at home, it's that bounce pass. Too often trying to make that chest pass, and that's where it's easy for that defense to contest that pass, but that bounce pass works virtually every time.
Here's Breitenbach. Going to the corner now. Fakes the handoff. Goes back to her right. Gets a screen from Metcalf. Breitenbach drives, and she draws the foul. And as we said, she did a good job of getting downhill for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I mentioned at the beginning of the game, it's her ball handling that is really key to the Mustangs, and I thought she was going to play a pivotal role. I thought maybe it was more against the pressure that West Fargo tends to produce at every game, but it's really been her getting to the basket and creating a lot of opportunities tonight.
As we take a look at the latest Class A girls basketball poll, Bismarck Century, they won the state title last year.
Which year?
Yeah,
pick a year, and if someone asks you what year, who won the state girls Class A, you have an excellent chance of winning that bet by just guessing what Bismarck Century.
Well, almost all their girls sports are dynasties. Their volleyball team captured another state title. It was their 11th consecutive year in the state championship this past fall. And so they're standing at 11-0 right now. Fargo Davies coming in at number 2, Minot number 3, Bismarck High number 4, and then West Fargo High at number 5. And then Cheyenne's also receiving votes along with Devils Lake and Grand Forks Red River. And Red River was one of the top teams, top 3 seeds in the EDC last year. So, you know, this year they're a different team. They're still up there, but trying to make a late season run.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think kind of been a difficult team to figure out. Maybe surprising when they knocked off the Packers, but that was the game that Fao injured her ACL. And then, you know, they've also dropped, I think they dropped a game to maybe Shanley, and then obviously Sheyenne beat them as well. So they haven't been as consistent as they have been in other years, that's for certain.
Here's Haas.
A great cut by Sanders. Good find by Haas. Unable to convert.
Great look, though. They're getting a lot of those backdoor cuts, too, and I think that's another key thing is, you know, getting those backdoor looks. Here's a 3 from Clayman. She finally gets one to go for the Packers from the outside.
Seymour on that one there, I think it was. But regardless,
Seymour, yeah.
That's, you know, we said it's not that it has to be the same person that, you know, is scoring the most for them and that sort of stuff. But the Packers are going to have someone else that's going to contribute at some point, as Metcalf goes hard to the basket and draws the foul on Simon.
Well, yes, I apologize. That was Solveig Seymour. Jersey looked like number 21 from my view. Bad eyesight.
Here in the rafters of the West Fargo Sheyenne Gymnasium.
But yes, that was number 20. Solveig Seymour with the 3 from the corner. I think that's the first outside hit for the Packers.
It's been a while, probably night. Since Williams knocked down that, her foot was on the line, it was a 2, but they've struggled from the field tonight. Tied up there, I guess. And possession going to West Fargo. To Sheyenne. Coach Benson thinking there was a foul there, but refs called it a tie-up, and Sheyenne gets the ball. They've been able to maintain the lead pretty much where it had sat at 10 points at halftime. They are still up 8. So West Fargo hasn't been able to dig it too deeply into the lead to this point.
There's a hard drive, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson won't get it to go. Great rebound on the baseline by Manson, a weak side board. But it's going to be off of her. It's going to be back to the Packers now. Jocelyn Jackson now running the point, guarded by Haas. Great defense, poked away. Brenna Dick comes up with it. She's going to go straight at Peterson. That won't go. A scramble for the ball. Metcalf comes up with it. Simon with the rebound. Lobs it down to Walsvik. Great pump fake. Gathers herself and connects with the easy 2, 32-26. It's going to be a timeout by West Fargo. We're also going to take a timeout. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Mustangs lead 32-26.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Hey fans, Mustang Media wants to take a few seconds to remind you that Essentia Health is the premier sponsor of Mustang Media. Essentia Health like nowhere else.
So 12:55 to go here. The Packers having a little bit more momentum here in the second half. Their shooting has definitely gotten a little bit better. It's 32-26 now after trailing by 10. They've outscored the Mustangs 10-6 here in the second half in the first 5 minutes and 8 seconds and counting. Haas uses a screen from Johnson, hands it off to Brenna Dick. Great crossover, great dish to Johnson.
Yeah, I think so often you see Brenna Dick going all the way to the basket, and probably caught the Packers a little bit by surprise by her finding that, by finding Brooke Johnson all alone as the ball ends up
Manson
tipped out to Manson. Great
pump
stop.
Pumping Seymour and connects for 2.
And just like that, it's back to a 10-point lead. So, you know, West Fargo they gain a little traction, and then they end up, having a little lapse, and Cheyenne extends it back out to where they want it. So that's going to make it difficult for West Fargo to get back in if Cheyenne continues to do that tonight.
Wolfsvik long on that three. It's going to be out on Manson, though. Kind of an awkward spot to get the rebound. Breidenbach back in for the Mustangs. Here's a lob to Simon. Goes between her legs. Step back. Gets it to go. That triple pull-up she's nailed every time.
She has. She can get it about that 8-foot range. She's pretty lethal with that.
That's 12 now for Simon. Out of the Packers is 28 total points. Great defense. It goes right back to the Packers' Jocelyn Jackson.
Jackson picks Breidenbach's pocket there.
We don't see that a lot.
No.
Breidenbach's a great ball handler. Almost picked off by Brenna Dick. Another pull-up jumper. This time it's Wolfsvik. And 2 quick buckets. Right back to a 6-point deficit. 36-30 now. Breidenbach hands it off to Brenna Dick. Great dish. Brooke Johnson couldn't come up with it. It goes back to the Packers. A couple turnovers now. It's a quick shift of momentum. Inside to Simon. She's double teamed. Here's a three. And Seymour comes up with it. Won't go on the baseline. Peterson puts it in. Third time's the charm.
It is. That's going to draw a timeout from Coach Wingenbach. Cheyenne's going to take a full timeout. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back on the other side of the break.
We're back. 10:51 to go here in the second half. Mustangs still lead 36-32 with the Packers on a 6-0 run right now. It's been back and forth here in the second half. But the Packers have scored the last 6 points, forcing a couple turnovers and getting points off of those turnovers. And Wingenbach wanted his team to calm down on the offensive end. Here's Metcalf over to Fagerland. Breidenbach pump fakes, goes to her left. Looking to draw a foul, but does not get the call. It's going to stay with the Mustangs, though.
I think that's something Cheyenne needs to continue to do, though, is to continue with those drives. That's going to be what keeps that defense honest. And there's a great spin move. Breidenbach set that up, took that player to the elbow,
Such a
spin
clean move.
and just right to the basket. Again, they're going to have to keep doing that. That's been a key to their success tonight, as Briley Peterson burns down through along the baseline and kicks it out. Jocelyn Jackson, great rebound, but misses the point blank.
They missed a lot of those bunnies tonight.
They have. I think that would probably be the difference in the game right now, easily, if West Fargo had been able to convert on some of those easy looks.
Brenna Dig with the spin move. Doesn't get the floater off of the glass. That was a great move, though.
It was.
It's such a great move to, get your defender going one way and then you just spin right back to the other.
It's
going to be
that's 3 on Briley Peterson, and that's something Ellie McIntosh, the 8th grader, is going to come in right now, but not for Briley Peterson, instead for Jackson. Looking for maybe a little more length here on the floor for the Packers is Coach Benson.
Brenna Dick thought about pulling the trigger. from the top of the key, but decides not to. Instead tries to a spin move, but dribbles into trouble. It's going to go back to the Packers. Great defense by Walsvik to jump.
Walsvik just kind of held her position, didn't bite on that spin move look there.
Yeah, she was just sitting there waiting for it. Simon running the point now for the Packers. Over to Peterson. She's going to try to go. Benedict knows that she goes her strong hands to her left side. Here's inside to Simon.
Wow.
Gets it to go. Strong finish once again.
Great finish, and again,
contact.
Probably the second time that we've seen they've gotten her matched up just against one player. So whatever Coach Benson drew up there is working on getting Riley Simon open against single coverage.
Haas can't get that three to go. It's rebounded by Seymour. Peterson pushing the tempo now. Goes to Walsvik in the corner. Simon trying to post up. Doesn't get it. Walsvik might have had a spin move on that. Here's Seymour in the corner. Little razzle-dazzle action. Gets it inside to Simon. Won't go.
But Briley Peterson right there.
Another weak side board for Peterson.
She just has that nose for the ball. And this momentum has certainly shifted in the direction of the Packers here as we see Manson and Johnson and Sanders come back into the game. West Fargo is not going to go down without a fight here for the Mustangs, that's for sure.
38-34 now. This one's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a run by the Mustangs, and then the Packers will come back right at them with the run of their own. Peterson up and under finish with their left hand. 38-36 now. The Packers just clawing their way back into this one. Sanders fires in the top of the key. That's long.
Right.
Ends up in Johnson's hands. She'll put it in for two. 40-36, 7:53 remaining.
These sorts of situations are really where you learn a lot about your team and kind of what the fight that they're willing to have as McIntosh lets one go and is off the mark. So we'll see how Cheyenne is able to weather this storm as Manson puts up a quick
mid-range jumper. Won't go. Here's Simon. She's going to push it up now. Euro steps. Finishes with the left-hand scoop. She's got 16 on the night. The back and forth action picking up now. Here's Metcalf. Gets it to go. A bank shot off of the glass.
Well, both teams going
trading buckets now.
And going to their main offensive weapons.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, when it's tight, you go with the people that got you to where the position you're in. Good cut by Jackson there. And they've looked for Simon.
Yep. Won't come up with it. Great transition offense. Let's see if Manson can finish. Dishes it off to Johnson for two.
Great court awareness by Olivia Manson on that one. Saw the length of McIntosh, did that jump stop, McIntosh was able to stop her momentum, and then good presence to know that you had Johnson filling the lane on the other side as Jackson misses. Another rebound for Cheyenne.
Here's Haas into the corner, dumps it inside to Metcalf, back out to Haas, great ball movement. Haas cashes it from the left wing. 47-38, just like that. It's a 9-point lead now for the Mustangs. It's a game of runs, ladies and gentlemen. Mustangs lead 47-38 with 6:19 to go here in the game.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
We're back, and things are just picking up here, folks. Mustangs lead now 47-38 with 6:19 to go in the game.
Hey fans, Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to support the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Rates are great, so if you're considering moving up or maybe even becoming a homeowner for the first time, talk to the experts at Bell. We'll help you make home happen. Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender. Go Mustangs. So just like that, Jackson, a 40-38 lead for the Mustangs becomes a 47-38 lead.
Haas cashing in that three from the left wing. That was huge.
Well, and a great ball movement. That ball barely touched Metcalf's hands for a fraction of a second, recognizing Haas was open, and just the confidence to let that shot go.
Didn't even hesitate.
Nope, not once.
She thought about shooting it before she even got the ball. Here's Peterson, hard attack to the hole. Kicks it out to Seymour in the corner. A three from the top of the key won't go. That's long. Seymour fires. Gets it to go! Solveig Seymour. This time I got the call right. She connects on her second three of the game. Both of those have been from the left corner.
Good move by Maya Metcalf.
Metcalf pulls up from 8 feet.
Little jab step, got Simon leaning one direction and right to the middle of the lane. Easy bucket for Metcalf.
Inside to Simon. She's
There's
triple
the collapse.
teamed. Kind of forced that one. Great defense. It's going to be a jump ball. Goes back to the Mustangs. Ooh, it's been a wild, the past 3-4 minutes have been wild. That's good basketball.
It really has been. It's been a game of runs, but, teams are executing and getting the shots they want as Metcalf pulls up from the top of the key and buries it.
Metcalf from the top of the key. It's an 11-point lead now for the Mustangs. And a 9-3 run. Seymour, she fires once again. Gets it to go! Seymour, her third three of the evening. This time from the top of the key towards the left side still. She's got 9 as they've all been three-pointers. 3 3-pointers now for Seymour. That's going to be a travel on Brooke Johnson. 52-44. It's been 3-pointer after 3-pointer, then layup after layup. 4:33 to go. This is going to be crucial.
Yeah, and neither team in any kind of foul trouble. The Mustangs, again, only 1 team foul. Packers only 3 in the second half, so that's not going to play a role unless one team feels that they have to start going to the fouls as Jackson.
Jackson was
puts
feeling
up
it.
a long three. Doesn't miss it by a lot.
Looked like it was going in, honestly.
Mustangs avoid the 10-second call there.
Picked off by Seymour. Great defense. Deflected by Diggs. Seymour comes up with it, though. Finds Simon. Simon and one! She's going to travel.
Wow.
Never mind.
Wow. I didn't think it was a foul. I was shocked at that, but I certainly didn't see the travel.
Benson didn't like that either.
No, I don't think he did. It looked like just, a good play by the Packers and a good finish by Simon. I thought it was clean by Metcalf, but the ref decided she took an extra step in there as Breidenbach pushes tempo.
It didn't seem like it because it was, so quick. And it's another turnover. The Packers, their defensive pressure has fired up here in the second half. A three from the outside. Won't go. In and out by Seymour. It's going to be a foul, though. Peterson will go to the line now. Gets another rebound. And, she's not that tall compared to
I would almost bet she might be the leading rebounder for the Packers tonight. So there's going to be a timeout here by Cheyenne, a 30-second. And Coach Wingenbach wanting to reset and kind of make sure everyone knows what they're going to do for this last 3:44 stretch.
And Peterson's listed at 5'7". She's going in there against, Carson Sanders, who stands at like 6 foot, 6'1", and Maya Metcalf, who is 6 foot as well, and she's hitting those weak side boards. That's what you got to do, especially if you're a guard and you see a shot coming up from the opposite side of the court. You got to kind of anticipate that, say, hey, it's probably going to bounce to the opposite side.
You really do, and I think some players just kind of possess that knack. They see those angles and they see where that shot is likely to come off at, and Riley Peterson does a great job of getting to that spot, and obviously her athleticism and quickness allows her to do that. She gets to the spot where she needs to be.
So she's shooting 2 now at the free throw line.
Still an 8-point lead by the Mustangs, but the Packers have a chance here to dig into that as Peterson makes the first.
You know, Peterson, great free throw shooter. See if she can extend that shooting to the three-point arc. Just short on the second free throw. Back out to Seymour. She's been hot. Won't go. Just a bit long. Simon comes up with a rebound. She pulls up. That won't go. That's long as well. And Brenna Dick gets the rebound.
Mustangs have numbers here if they see it. Carson Sanders lets the three go.
Good! Carson Sanders from the corner. Heavily contested, too. It's going to be a foul on the floor, though.
Going to get Sanders for that, kind of trying to poke the ball away from Simon.
You know, the players we don't see a lot of threes from, they've been hit tonight, really.
They really have. Probably a sign of the confidence that Coach Wingenbach has in those players, letting them turn it loose when they need to. The double team as Simon drives the quick turnaround jumper and misses.
Here's Brenna Dick. Back over to Metcalf. Breitenbach. Over to Johnson. Back to Breitenbach. Metcalf. She's improved that outside shot this year. Up and under move. Gets
with the left hand.
With the left hand. You love to see a player who can shoot those kinds of shots with both of their hands, left and right.
And I think that's just a sign of how complete of a player Maya Metcalf has become.
Even more complete with that outside shot improving.
Absolutely, the outside shot and that willingness and ability to drive. And they're going to get Metcalf on the body on that one. But, you know, really that drive and that pull-up. Last year she was known as mainly an interior player. You know, but this year she's added that outside game and taking players off the dribble. You know, that was a smaller, quicker defender, and she still drove and didn't question it, didn't think twice about it.
Peterson connects on the first free throw.
Some wholesale substitutions here for the Packers. 2:34 to go with the 11-point lead for the Mustangs. Briley Peterson going to try and cut it to 10. And a basket violation there. She didn't draw iron. But now we're going to see the press here by the Packers, which you would expect.
Oh, that's thrown away. Not what you need.
No, and Peterson and Johnson got their feet tangled up. And now the situational again. Coach Benson gets the offensive players back in.
Here's Simon. Looking for Seymour to cut. She'll try to make a move of her own. Simon comes up with it after a pass thrown off of the Mustangs defender's feet. Now it's going to go back to the Mustangs. Struggling to get it in. Almost thrown away, but Sanders comes up with it. Now here's Brenda Dick's got to slow down there.
Yeah. You know, you own the 11-point lead. There's no need for the rush on that. You know, make the Packers come to you. And it's kind of fool's gold. You kind of see that and you think there's an opening to push tempo and to get a shot, and really there's no need for it. You own the lead with 2 minutes left. Make the Packers chase you, burn some clock.
So here's Briley Peterson. She'll go to her left hand once again. Just short on the glass. Sanders gets a key rebound. Up ahead to Manson. Great look. Manson hard off the glass. Gets fouled though, and she'll go to the line. That's good.
And that's one of the Mustangs you want at the line, that's for sure. That's going to be a foul on Seymour. That's her second. Only fourth team foul on the Packers.
Manson connects on the first. If you're the Packers, you got 3 to give, 3 fouls to give. Hard on the second. Long off of the iron.
Good hustle by Sanders. Thinking maybe she had knocked it off of Walsvik, but ref disagrees, poked out.
Here's Simon now running the point once again for the Packers. 1:40 to go. You got to speed it up a little bit here. You're down 12. Simon, not the shot he would want. Hard off of the glass.
And there's good patience by Brenna Dick and Breidenbach here. Sanders going to pull it quickly.
Sanders feeling it.
Don't know that you needed it, but you are up 12, and there's only a minute 20 to go.
Say more. That won't go. A fight for the ball between Breidenbach and Jocelyn Jackson.
Maybe it looked like Breidenbach had established possession. A little quick whistle by the refs, but
quick jumper here. Walsvik gets it to go, and a quick timeout by Coach Benson. 58-48 now with a minute 11 to go here. We'll take a short break and be back. We are back. Mustangs lead by 10. Here's some score updates from a couple of the other girls' games for tonight. Red River defeated Grand Forks Central 70-41, and then Fargo Davies getting a 69-57 victory over Shanley. And just a reminder that the boys' game takes place at West Fargo between the Mustangs and the Packers tomorrow night. That's going to be a good one. You know, the Mustangs looking to get some revenge from that 77-62 loss from earlier in the season. And, you know, what kind of affected them that night was just kind of the shooting. They were just kind of
They were cold from the three-point line. They were cold from the three-point line. And a lot of missed opportunities for Cheyenne that first time that they played. And, you know, we talked about the tough two-game stretch, both for the girls and the boys, playing the Packers and then Davies in back-to-back contests as Brenna Dick
picks it off. Won't go.
But again, this is birding time. This is not a problem for the Mustangs. That's fine. But for the boys and girls, both playing both West Fargo and then playing Davies next Tuesday, this is a pretty big two-game stretch for both programs. And we know that Davies is currently the number 2 boys team in the state, and Cheyenne right behind at number 3, both with one loss. And, of course, Cheyenne was able to defeat Davies the first time that they played at the Davies gym. But there'll be a good chance for the Mustang fans to see Mason Clabo up close as we see another one of the top players in the EDC as a freshman.
He's leading the EDC in scoring with around 25 points a game, and he had that 45-point night in front of head coach David Richmond, the NDSU men's basketball coach, against Fargo North a few Tuesdays ago.
It's a good time to do it.
Great time to do it. But yeah, the Mustangs, they've been red hot though, especially, you know, for both the boys and girls. You know, after that loss for the boys team against West Fargo, they've won every game since. And you know what's interesting is the past 5 losses for the boys team have been either, you know, in the past 5 losses in the past 3 years combined have been to either Davies or West Fargo.
Right. Coach Wingenbach not happy with the lack of a foul call there. But, again, you're up 10. Oh!
Wingenbach's furious. It's kind of a hard collision there.
That was a hard collision. And certainly no intent by Briley Peterson, but that was a hard foul. Looks like everybody's okay there.
Oh, she was shaking up there for a bit, but was able to get up right away.
And Wingenbach's going to call a timeout here real quickly to kind of make sure everybody's okay and just get them refocused. Up 10 with 14.8 Certainly probably the outcome of the game not in doubt here, but yeah, Coach Wingenbach wasn't happy at that foul.
Yeah, it was a pretty hard foul there. So we're going to take a short break here. 14.8 seconds to go. Your Mustangs lead 58-48.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
So we're back here with 14.8 to go. 58-48.
Sanders going to be able to dribble this one out here. 5 seconds to go. Simon may add to her total.
Stat book, 18 for the night.
But a 58-50 win for...
Great win for the Mustangs.
The Mustangs.
58-50. And, I think the defense did the job tonight for the Mustangs.
Really did a great job on Mariley Simon. She got going in the second half, which you would expect from a player of her caliber. But I think Sheyenne really stuck to the game plan and kept it going and did an excellent job for the entire game in the way that they defended Mariley Simon and how they were able to control the defensive glass. It'll be interesting, I guess, for Packer fans moving forward to see if this is maybe going to be a blueprint of how teams are going to try and defend Mariley Simon. But for the Mustangs, what a great win for the program. They've come up with some really impressive wins in the last 3 weeks, as you pointed out, or the last month. And to beat your crosstown rival is certainly a feather in the cap for Coach Wingenbach.
So we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then right after that, we're going to come back with our final post-game show of tonight's game.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
So now we're back for our final post-game show of tonight's 58-50 victory. And now for a game recap brought to you by Touchmark. From active retirement living to uniquely rewarding assisted living, memory care, and more, the full life awaits at Touchmark. So Dan, a key 58-50 victory here tonight for the Mustangs over the crosstown rival. It's, the winning streak continues. It's now pushed to 7 in a row now, and the Mustangs improved to 10-3 overall on the season.
Great win tonight for Coach Wingenbach's squad. They did as we talked about many times throughout the game, I thought they did as good a job as you could ask for in terms of executing the defensive game plan. They did what they could to limit Mariley Simon as much as possible. They rebounded well. And I think maybe the key in the second half became some really timely shooting and a lot of people helping out. And, the one thing you notice about basketball, maybe above other sports, other team sports, is, confidence is contagious. Mm-hmm. And when one person starts to shoot it well and the next person knocks down a shot, that just starts to spread among players. And, their confidence is sky high right now for Sheyenne. And I think a lot of people feel like they're contributing, and they are contributing. They're giving good quality minutes to the program. And so going into that game, I know the first meeting against Davies was pretty lopsided between the teams. I'd be shocked to see a similar outcome. I'm not saying that Cheyenne's going to win the game, but they're playing at such a high level right now. I think they've really bought into what Coach Wingenbach is wanting them to do. They're executing, and their confidence is so good. So, a great win for the Mustangs tonight. It's always extra special against the crosstown rivals, but I just thought it was a really well-played basketball game by Sheyenne.
It was back and forth there in the second half, trading threes and then a bunch of layups. But yeah, Cheyenne's red hot right now, and hopefully they can avenge that 32-point loss by a score of 79-47 to Davies from a month ago. And Sheyenne gets a couple home games. They get Davies next Tuesday, and then they get Devils Lake and Fargo South at home. So they get a few home games here after tonight, after that long road game stretch. So those games are going to be huge. And Dan, what is your mindset as we approach, the last third of the season, going into the postseason?
Well, I think if you're Coach Wingenbach and probably like Coach Kirchhoffner, I don't know that you want to tweak a lot right now. They're playing well. It looks like players are buying into their roles on the team, and they're executing what you're asking them to do. So I think you prep for the next team. You know what they want to do. I think probably a key that we're going to see in the game against Davies on Tuesday, we know Davies likes to pressure, and we know that that's something that West Fargo or Sheyenne probably still struggles with to some extent. And so I think that'll be a key. But if they're able to handle that pressure sufficiently against the Eagles on Tuesday, boy, I think really things are looking as good as they have for this program in a lot of years. They're in that top now 2 of the league. They're in second place as they pulled even with West Fargo here tonight. But probably if you looked at common opponents and things, they are tied for second. But it's a
pretty tight.
It is really tight. But I think you just try and instill these things as you make that stretch run towards the postseason, and keep doing what you have been doing.
Yeah, it's a tight stretch. Davies up there in first, and then Red River is right behind West Fargo High and Sheyenne in fourth, and then Shanley right behind them in fifth. Same with the boys. Cheyenne's in first, Davies in second, West Fargo High in third, and then Shanley in fourth, Red River in fifth. They're all within a few wins of each other, and that's the thing about this year compared to in years past. It's usually just Sheyenne, West Fargo, or Davies, and maybe for the girls Devils Lake or Red River. But this year, for both boys and the girls, it's been a pretty, the talent across the conference, across the board, it's just been phenomenal to see. And we like to see, a lot of close calls, especially in the standings.
Absolutely. And, for the past few seasons in the girls' side, it's been Devils Lake, it's been Red River, and it's been Davies. And obviously Davies is still up there, and Red River's a quality program. But that tide has turned a little bit. And I don't think I can overstate how important confidence is. I mean, even tonight, as West Fargo made their runs against West Fargo made the runs against Sheyenne. Sheyenne had an answer every time. And that is phenomenal to see if you're a coach that people are stepping up, they're willing to take shots, and they were knocking them down. So, for West Fargo, they're kind of a team going in the opposite direction right now. You're not going to get Chloe Fowl back, but you'll get Taylor Van Winkle. You hope that you can kind of figure some things out and kind of have a game plan moving forward, but the season isn't going to stop because a player got hurt. You just have to kind of keep going through. And, I know that Packer team came in with a lot of high expectations to start the year, but the season isn't over. You still have an opportunity to make it to the state tournament. And as we know, tournament time becomes crazy time. Lots of funny things can happen. A team gets hot, has a good night, and things can go sideways in a hurry for teams that would be considered favored. So, again, for the Packers, you just got to try and make those adjustments and move on. But for Sheyenne, I think more of the same. They're just doing a fantastic job.
And when that month of March comes around, when it's just that time of the year, March Madness, and anything can happen. Basketball is a sport, especially in tournament time, where the most talented team doesn't always win. That's what's so unique about the sport.
Absolutely. And we saw that a handful of years ago with the number one seed and the girls and boys side not making it to the state tournament from the EDC. And so, I think that's something that Coach isn't going to be lost on Coach Wingenbach. He's going to keep these girls focused, one game at a time sort of mentality and going from there. So really, a fantastic job for them. We know on both the boys and girls side, there's not a lot of easy games on the schedule. So I think it keeps you sharp when you have to come ready to play every night. And that's the way Coach Wingenbach has the Mustangs going right now.
It's going to be an exciting, next month here coming up for, the Mustangs basketball teams for both the boys and girls.
And we'll be here for a lot of it because there's going to be a lot of home games that you're going to see. The girls and boys as we wind down the season here.
So that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Mustangs win 58-50. Make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications on when we go live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sheyenne Mustang Media. And until next time, I'm Jackson Miller.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Mustang Media is out.
I got